Last night I couldn't sleep, so this is the holly stave. So I went out into the garage and had some buffalo horn tips and shaped them and tapered the bow and came in and epoxied them with AE40. So when it gets to be a little nicer out and no rain, we're going to tiller this and see if we can get it to bend without breaking. If not, I'll have some nice buffalo horn keychains again. Tonight, we're going to do a little tillering of this holly bow, see if we can get it to bend. It has a lot of deformities. It has a lot of bumps and knots and different shapes. It had a little crack, a little spiral crack that I sanded for the most part out. And I just put a little AE40 in there just in case. Don't know if it's going to matter or it's going to break. But I have a Facebook friend, Charles, that sent me a video, on my Facebook of a holly bow that he made, a recurve that he sinew backed. So sinew back is great. It's fast, it look good. Sinew holds everything together. But we're going to see if we can get this imperfect bow blank to bend. Okay, our tillering marks are at the fade outs. Here's a center line, and 3/4 of an inch down, just a little before the end of the tips, is another tillering mark we put. 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the string groove is a tillering mark for the yardstick. We're starting with a little back set from the fire hardening, and we're going to bring it down a little bit below level. From the fade out to the 3/4 inch mark down. From here to the end, we got a flat spot. So we got to remove material from here. This is micro tillering. We're getting it to bend a little bit at a time, spreading the stress throughout the limbs without overstressing one part or the other. Well, we actually got a fairly nice bend here going on. We got a little flat spot here. Overall, this one's bending a lot more than this. So we're going to remove some material here, maybe a couple of strokes overall. Okay, I removed material from the outer and overall to see if I get it bending more. And I got to be honest, I don't know if this is going to survive tillering. It's just got so many depressions and bumps and everything, but it's worth a shot. Okay, the wood comes off very easy. You got to be very careful taking it off. And what we have here is an incredible bend. Let's check over here. Okay, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to make center marks and see how much it's actually bending. Very soft wood. I got to be careful. Couple of strokes, I'm using a, you could use 60 grit sandpaper to till this because the wood comes off really fast. You got to be careful. I used the belt sander, a couple of strokes, and you can see the big bend already. This is the first time. So let me put center mark. I added a center mark just so we can see how much bend we got going on. Got roughly 3/4. Let's see over here. This one's bending slightly less. It's 1/8 of an inch less. So I'll take a couple of strokes off of this, come back. Okay, I took some material off. Let's check out the bend. And just for a reference point, nothing else, we're at that 15.5 inch indication, that mark there. So let's see what we got. We got 1 1/8 at that mark. And overall, the bend don't look too bad. Yeah, we got 1 1/8. And the bend don't look that bad either. Let me get out of the way for you. Okay. So, the bow was an awesome bow that my friend sent me in a video, rawhide backed, and that supports the back. But this thing, I'm worried with all this imperfection, isn't going to make it. So let's see how far we got before we can put we got quite a ways to go before we put a string on it. So since it's really good, we're going to go down another inch. And hopefully then we don't hear no creaks or cracks. Okay, we're looking for flat spots, equal bends, and it's looking pretty good. Let's see. We're looking for flat spots. We got a little flat spot here. It's not really bending here that much. Okay. The outer is not really bending from here to here. So we got to get that outer to bend. Let me look at the outer on this side. This outer is a little stiff too from here. I'm going to move ever so slightly some material on the outer limbs. I can't say enough how incredibly soft this wood is and how easy the material comes off. Let's check the bend now. This is the 3rd time that we went back and forth. And we wanted to get a little more bending in the outer third, just a little bit more. And we still have a little bit of a flat spot here, but we have more bending. Let's just check this out quick. We got more of a bend there. 1 1/8 inches. Check out this one. We got a little more bending. 1 1/8 inches. All right, so we're going to go down another inch. Hopefully it don't break. There's nothing that seems to be out of place. And once again, when you got a bow that's got bumps and all, you ignore the back and just pay attention to the belly for the tiller. Don't worry about the lumps and bumps. Get it out of your head and micro tiller. So let's check over here. See if anything jumps out over here. Nothing really jumps out. I got a dilemma. I don't know if I should make a light bow to save it, or just go for a little heavier bow. I'm really not sure what to do here. We're going to go down another inch. Maybe I'll exercise the limb a little bit. Definitely going to have to reduce some weight at some point. We're almost at that point where we can put a string on. And we're at what this says, and this is, again, it's just a reference point. It's the top of the 19.5 mark, the top of the 19.5 mark. So let's look and see if anything jumps out. Not really. Still got a pretty good bend, and we're almost ready to put a string on. Absolutely nothing jumping out. Let's put a scale on that and see what it weighs. We got 33 pounds. 33 pounds at just what will be about brace height. 33 pounds. I think we're going to take a few strokes off to be on the safe side. Make it a little lighter. Just so you know, I took off 10 strokes and I made sure the edges are nice and round. We're at that point. I want them round so there's no grain lift or chance of a grain lift. Very soft wood. Okay, the bend looks good. See what we got here, something reasonable. We got 1.5. The bend looks good. We got 1.5. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see the pounds, and then we're going to find a string in my string bag. So we're at that top of the 19.5 mark. Okay, we're at 31 pounds about. Let me find the string. Let me put the camera on while I string it, just in case something happens. One more time. Okay, definitely off. Definitely off. We need a little longer string. Six and 3/4 inch brace height, but the marks. 8 1/4, 7 1/2. All right, we gotta open up the string a little bit more, and we gotta take more material off of this limb. Okay. The string always favors one limb. I'm calling this one the top because that's the side it favors, and it is the top. All right, so we need to remove material off the bottom limb and open up the string just a little bit. We'll find a little longer string. Okay, just want to show you something interesting, that there is no more back set. Kind of level. And that's why when I threw the string on, it was a little wonky. I went out in the garage and balanced it out, twisted up a string. I'm going to have to make a new string, but okay, let me string it and we'll see how this looks. Okay, we got it even. We're going to just check it on the tree, and like I say, that could shift. Now this is the actual draw length now, these numbers here. So we're going to get working a little bit. We're going down to like a 14.5 inch draw, and we're going to check it out. See if anything jumps out at us. It's out of whack. Nope, it's got a nice bend. And this has a nice bend too. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to sand the edges round a little bit more, and then we're going to go down a little further and see how much weight we got. But I want to round the edges first with this one. I'm going to give it a little stress test. We're going to pull it down and see what the pounds are at different draw lengths, because it seems to be bending okay. Well, we have 38 pounds. And I didn't hear no creaking or cracking. 38 pounds. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, let's work it back a little bit. Well, we made a bow. Okay, by the way, it's 1 o'clock in the morning I'm doing this because it's raining out. It's going to rain tomorrow. And I just wanted to see if this thing would bend. So we're just going to take a couple of close shots. No shelf, no shaping, no nothing. All right. Just real close. Okay, it's not bad. It's pretty snappy. I made a bow, and the name of this bow is going to be Imperfection. All right, look at it. Imperfection. All right. So that's it for me for tonight. I'll shape it, and I'll show you it looking a little more bow-like tomorrow. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning, cleaning up. I shaped the handle, and it has a little string follow after shooting it. I shot it a few times, and you probably could use a good fire hardening, and that would correct it. But I think that's all I'm going to do with this bow, is just leave it the way it is. After all, the name is Imperfection. I don't want to perfect it after I named it. So let's string it up. I'm going to see how many pounds it is at my draw length. Stand back a little. It's 35 pounds, 34.8 pounds. So let me take a few shots now. And if I did fire harden, it'd probably increase it a little bit more. But we got these 700 spine, and actually looking at the weight and how this bow is, the 800s would probably be the correct choice for this. But let's see. Okay, the shelf, with the shelf, the left to right is good. Okay, let's put one in the center now. Put another one in the center. Okay, we're touching arrows down there. We got a great group. You can see it, right? So that's the end of this video. And it was a fun build. It's a bow that I never really thought you could make a bow out of. You know, I've read about it. People say they made bows, but I never actually seen a video of anybody tillering it. And just so you know how I tilled it, you see all the humps and bumps? You saw I used the yardstick. I didn't pay any attention to the back of the bow, only the belly when I tilled it. And because it lost some of the fire hardening, lost some of the back set from the fire hardening, when I put the string on, it got a little wonky, but I was able to correct it. So that's it. Every day you wake up is a good day. Get out and shoot, make a bow, go to Shannon Outdoors and get their fire hardening video, and make some fire hardened bows. Thanks for watching. It's bedtime. A little string follow.